shifted their whole creative operation. They're creative. They must be back there with like Lincoln Logs and shit.
Hi everyone, my name is Summer Joy, and I'm currently a college journalism student, and I'm here with my dad.
Let's go.
So, I'm going to try to keep it as lighter side as I can today, but we are going to be talking about the upcoming WWE Evolution Premium Live event and everything, all of the factors involved with the show and everything that's happened thus far leading up to the show in terms of build-up. We're going to go over the current card, everything that you need to know before tuning in on Sunday, July 13th.
Cool.
And yeah. So, in case you didn't know, the first ever Evolution PLE was hosted in 2018, and it was considered a big success despite the ticket sales not being as high as a lot of the other WWE PLEs. It still did very well. At that point, it was pay-per-view, so that's something to keep in mind also. Now it's with a Peacock subscription, you can watch it. So, Evolution 2 will be on July 13th, 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia. And also, in Atlanta, Georgia, that weekend, they're going to have some competition because it is also MLB All-Star Week, which is happening the same time frame. Specifically, the MLB Draft is going to be hosted in Atlanta starting on Sunday, July 13th. So that's something to keep in mind. That
sounds like strong competition.
Yeah, and it's not only competition in viewership, it's competition for hotels in the area also.
Yeah, true.
And in addition to the Major League Baseball stuff, there will also be a Beyoncé concert because Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter tour is hitting Atlanta. And there will be a concert on July 13th at 7 p.m. at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia.
A lot of women are going to go to that concert. It's not at the same time.
Yep.
In
the same city.
Yeah.
So hotel prices are going to be through the roof. So, in addition to those, it's also AEW All In weekend, which doesn't directly overlap with Evolution. But if people are going to All In, they're probably not going to be going to Evolution. And there's going to be so much wrestling content on that weekend to where Evolution's the last event because it's on Sunday. So people might just be wrestled out.
Yeah, there's a point of viewer exhaustion for most of us. Now, there are some people that apparently are able to pull it off somehow, but we're going to watch it because...
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to watch it and do a review on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, aside from the conflicting events, WWE has not been doing much build-up in terms of storylines for the event itself. And yeah. So, according to Fightful Select, Liv Morgan's injury has caused a shift in creative plans. But like I've said before on here, Liv Morgan's one person.
You know what they're saying too? I'm sorry, guys, this isn't related to the women, but they're saying that R-Truth coming back, one guy coming back and doing what he's doing since he came back, shifted their whole creative operation. They're creative. They must be back there with like Lincoln Logs and shit. Like... sitting around in a preschool little what do you call that? Where they watch the kids?
Like daycare?
Nursery.
Oh.
Triple H goes in there and gives them baby food and stuff like that. Because
if one person...
I'm going to start, guys. I didn't wear my new T-shirt. Come on.
If one person can shift everything, then nothing was set to begin with.
And a company like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, guys? One person's going to tilt the whole apple cart. The apples are rolling everywhere. We don't even know where some of them are. Oh, yeah. I wasn't going to do this time. Stop that. No, I just see something that I enjoyed going down the tubes. And I hate when that happens because I've seen that happen before. That the things that I enjoyed go down the tubes, and I'm seeing it happen with this. Lush. Thank you, Tony. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
What's going on?
Well, Fightful Select also reported that a number of legends were contacted and attempted to bring into the show, but as of right now, only Trish Stratus and Nikki Bella are being advertised on the event poster. So either they're just keeping that under wraps, or something else was going on there to where the offer wasn't good enough for people to want to come back. Exactly.
And if they're not selling tickets,
well,
lately they haven't been pulling too many surprises. They've been saying, tune in on Monday and you'll get to see Asuka come back. And they don't, there's no real surprises. So something tells me Beyoncé can't sell tickets. If they had something up their sleeve, we would have seen it already.
That's true. That's a good point.
Just a guess. Saturday, they're so out of touch or don't care. Like, they're going to let this thing sink. Ooh, imagine if it was done on purpose.
Whoa, we're getting there. That's the next point. So, in line with that, there's been a lot of talent unhappiness. Rightfully so, in my opinion. According to Ross Sapp, on the July 2nd episode of The Hump, many women involved that he spoke with felt a little, quote, set up, given all of the other events taking place that weekend and hotels in Atlanta likely being bought up or priced higher than usual. I don't blame them at all. There's been little to no buildup for the event. I didn't even know what matches were taking place on the card before I had to find out myself because I had to Google it. I thought it was just a women's championship match, but there's actually other stuff going on too that I didn't know about. And all of the other events in Atlanta taking place that time. And the last Evolution PLE wasn't, it's been since 2018 for an all-women's PLE to even be happening. That seems like a lot of time to wait, and then to have it be set up like this, in my opinion, for it to not be
it's like
they had that much time to make it a killer show, and this is what they've come up with, which I think is pretty sad.
This thing like at the carnival with the ducks that go across, and you go like pew pew, poink poink, and it just goes real slow. Right again, they're just sitting ducks.
Yeah,
they're sitting ducks to get roasted for low ratings and this low ticket sales.
Yeah.
Low interest.
And they're going to blame it all on the fact that it's a all-women's PLE. Which sucks, in my opinion. Because if it was any other weekend with like an actual decent shot and decent build-up, it'd probably do really well. But...
oh, well. And we should really make a point out of the whole wrestling fatigue thing.
Well,
because it's probably going to get low ratings too.
Yeah, and in addition to All In, WWE Saturday Night's main event is the night before.
Yeah.
In Atlanta. And, I mean, is that just going to have...
I hate to say it, guys, but people may actually forget the show's on.
Yeah.
Because that happens sometimes when there's so much wrestling on, and there was such a big show the day before. Mm-hmm. So, and it's a Sunday it's on.
Yeah.
People are going to probably forget.
And Saturday night's main event, is that just going to be... how many women's matches are going to be on that? Are they going to have as much as they normally do on a PLE? Because if not, then what is the point of having an all-women's PLE if you're just going to have an all-men's one the night before? You know what I mean? Like, if the all-women's PLE is supposed to be special, then there should still be as many women's matches on the Saturday night's main event as there would normally be. For it to be like as impactful that it's all women. But anyway, I digress. So, moving on to the current card.
You're gonna hold them a task. You're gonna be watching, I think. I know.
I'm gonna have to put it on another device or something. Maybe on my computer. I'll have that pulled up in addition to All In. Because right now, AEW All In is looking pretty good in comparison to Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. Yeah, they out. Oh, my crackle ass mic is cracking. They out sold the show, guys. There was more build up for All In.
That's the truth.
I mean, Goldberg and Gunther's that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the only things as of right now that I saw. So, moving on to the current card for Evolution, we have Jacy Jayne versus Jordynne Grace for the NXT Women's Championship.
Jacy Jayne.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good one. I really like both of them, and I love NXT. She's
my favorite. Yeah, even back in the Toxic Attraction days. Remember?
Yes, I do. I do remember.
That. Yes. I always said that.
Yes, you did.
She's the coolest.
So, in addition to that match, there's also going to be Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, who are going to be defending their women's tag team titles in a fatal 4-way against a Raw tag team, a SmackDown tag team, and an NXT tag team. All yet to be decided. Next up, there's a battle royal for a women's title match, which originally I thought was just a cop-out because then you don't have to really like build up the battle royal. But then I did a little more research and I found out that there was one at the first Women's Evolution. So they got out of the way there. But then I realized that they haven't said how many women are going to be in the battle royal like they normally do. So that to me means they don't know yet. Either they're waiting to hear from legends if they want to be part of it, or they just haven't decided who's actually going to be in it yet. Because you normally hear like 30-man battle royal or something like that.
Why hasn't there been any like video packages building a show up?
I have rarely ever heard about Evolution, and I've been watching. We watched Raw.
I mean, do you really have to sit in front of a computer and look at all the stuff you guys put out digitally to find out what's going on? Because you're definitely going to lose a lot of people. You might reel in, or you might keep the youngsters and stuff, and they may keep if their parents spending their money for now. But where is the information? Where's the storylines and stuff? Where'd they all go?
They're not here anymore.
They're not. That's why there's no build up for this show. Because there's no creativity.
Nothing to build up.
There's no creativity.
Yeah, it's just matches thrown together.
When you don't have creativity, then you just say, well, this one's going to be against this one.
Simple as that. No rhyme or reason. Just put them in a ring.
And
hope for the best.
And what's the reason to watch the show? Well, this one's going to be against this one.
Speaking of,
man, I don't know, guys.
The last match currently set for Evolution is Iyo Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship, which Iyo Sky the champion had to ask Rhea Ripley for a match. That was the storyline there. Was the champion challenging a challenger?
Very creative. That's true. That's North Jersey sarcasm. Right near the Meadowlands.
So for Evolution, we've got a bunch of events competing with Evolution in Atlanta, the night before, all around it. We've got wrestling events that weekend out the wazoo. Man, what a time. That's going to be some show. I think. I'll be interested to see what the pyro budget's like. How many fireworks are going to be lit off?
A couple of firecrackers.
Maybe. I hope so.
Man. You know those things you pull a string and go pop and the stuff flies out? The confetti, those little plastic bottles. Yeah. They're going to have people over there. They're going to get locals. They're going to pay minimum wage. They all line up, pop, pop, pop when they come out.
I can't believe.
Sparklers.
Guys, it's been 7 years since there was a women's Evolution event. 7 years since there was an all-women's event. Well, and this is what you guys came up with.
Here's what I need to say, right? All right, girls. Here's where I'm going to turn the ship around. Would you rather it was 8 years?
If it was better than this, maybe. Maybe they need another year to straighten out their ship. But if we were going to get this same thing in another year, then no. I don't know, guys. This is like... I'm being cut off.
This is the lighter side line.
Until next time, guys.
Welcome.
Sorry.
Guys, we got to keep it on the lighter side here at the Lighter Side Lounge. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe. She's right. She's right. Come on, man. This seems like it's been just floated out there to fail. Thanks for trying to make a point of it.